Hi everyone. I'm in my backyard barbecue area smoking some tuna bellies. While I'm back here, let me show you around. I'm smoking the fish today in this Pit Boss vertical smoker. I've had this smoker for about 3 months and I'm really liking it. It replaced my two other smokers that I got rid of. You can see here that I have the smoker and the propane tank on these cinder blocks. It raises it up so it's just easier to access. So the fuel source is propane. What I really like about this smoker is that it has two burners, one for the ambient temperature and the second one for burning wood. Right next to my smoker, I have this small table that I just recently built out of pressure treated wood. It's mounted into the wall. It allows me to put the meat or fish, whatever I'm cooking, right there within easy reach to put into the smoker. And this is my drying box for smoking. I've had this for years. You can see that this door opens and I have these racks inside. I use it initially for drying fish, and here's some extra that I have to do a little bit later in the second batch. So I dry my fish in here first after it's been brined. I do this for about 5 to 6 hours. So after it dries in the drying box, then I'll place it into the smoker. And then later, when the fish is done, I'll take it out of the smoker, place it back inside of the drying box, and it keeps the flies off the fish. So this has really come in handy over the years. If you'd like to see how I made this, check the link in the description. Above the drying box, I have this decorative piece that I made. This is a Pismo clamming fork with a clam that I caught this past winter. This is a large clam. This is 6 3/4 of an inch, really large. I mounted it onto the tines and you can see the measuring device there. This has got to be an old fork. I picked it up at a secondhand store in Pismo Beach. Next to the climbing fork, I have this custom metal sign that I had made. It says Santa Maria Style Barbecue. This is laser cut. I met the lady who does this work on the Napomo Mesa in Arroyo Grande. Here's the card of the business that did the work for me. I'll put a link in the description for Soares Garden Art and Welding. This is my Santa Maria grill. It's made by a company called Santa Maria Barbecue Outfitters. This size is 30 inches wide by 20 inches deep. It's a popular model in Santa Maria. You can pick these up at Costco and other markets in town. The grate down below is an accessory, so I picked that up separately. This lid was made for me by a neighbor, so it's not made by the company, but I really like it because it helps to trap the smoke from the red oak onto the meat. And typical for a Santa Maria grill, you have this crank, so I can raise and lower the grill to make sure I have the right temperature on the meat. The grill comes with this fire poker. You can use this to move your wood around. You have these two side tables. It comes with a cutting board that I've actually replaced with this accessory. This is a burner that I like to use for frying fish outside. And here's the other side. I replaced the cutting board with this granite insert. Let me show you my foldable counter. Right now it's folded down. All I have to do is lift it up and it locks right into place. And this is an extension of this counter over here on the right hand side of my grill. So I have a nice long workspace if I'm either working on the grill over here to my left or if I'm working on the smoker here to my right. It gives me plenty of prep space, and I can even use this area to serve food. So if we have guests, they'll line up along here, and I can serve the food from here. Or I can work from here, take the food inside, and have it on our counter. It's really a great workspace, and what's nice about it is I can fold it back down when I'm not using it. There are a couple of latches down here, and it folds right down. So if I need more space, there's plenty of space to work. If I am working with the counter up, I can place ice chests underneath to keep drinks cold, or if I want to keep, say, meat in a cooler to keep it warm, I have plenty of space down below to do that. Notice how the barbecue area is enclosed with this L-shaped wall. The wall was installed about 5 years ago on top of this concrete pad that I had poured about 15 years ago. The wall is made with this cinder block, so when I have the concrete poured, I had planned for this wall to go in years later. Then I have this stone veneer on the outside of that cinder block, gives it a nice effect. And on top, I used the whitest cap I could find. This is a 10-inch cap, and that gives me some counter space on top of the wall. So you see the wall wraps around towards my garden. And from this angle, you can see where the grill is and my smoker. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the other side of the smoker where I have this prep table. I have my grilling and smoking tools, wood, and above it I have another decorative piece. This is a sign from Point Sal Beach on the Central Coast. Now, I make a lot of references to the Central Coast in Santa Maria. That's because I'm originally from Santa Maria, went to high school there, and I go back often to visit. So Point Sal is a beach that is kind of hard to access now. You actually have to hike it in, but back in the day, you could drive there, and a lot of the kids, high school, and families would go there to go fishing, and to have a good time. But it's really a dangerous beach because there are some really steep slopes, and they have some really dangerous riptides there as well. I picked this sign up from that same place I got the climbing fork. This is in Pismo Beach. I had this insert made online and sent to me. I did some research on the internet, and something like this would have been mounted on this Point Sal Beach Trail sign. I also had another one made below it, which says dangerous rip currents, no lifeguard on duty. That's because those beaches are dangerous. They have really strong rip currents. In order to mount the inserts into the sign, I drilled out a hole and passed through this bolt and attached it with this nut. I did it over here, and I did it over here. Then I drilled out a couple holes in the inserts so I can just slide them onto those bolts and attach it. Okay, let's go ahead and place these inserts in. Okay, then I have a couple of nuts here. And these will keep these inserts from coming off. Over here in the corner is my shed. Here's another reference to Santa Maria and our favorite steakhouse called Jocko's in Napomo. I keep all of my materials and tools in this shed. Here's some cleaning supplies on top, some small propane tanks. We have my pans, pots, little accessories, grates. Here's my Coleman stove. I carry my propane tanks down here, as well as extra charcoal and wood. I also have my aprons and gloves. Here is my butcher paper. It's really nice to have everything in one place. This counter height table is really nice to hang out with Ginger in the evenings, have a glass of wine, have a beer. And over here, we have a dartboard. What's a barbecue area without games? So I have this dartboard that I actually made the backing for. I used all of these old wine corks. As you can imagine, I like to drink wine. And I arranged them in this kind of circular pattern. So if the darts don't make it to the dartboard, they stick easily into the cork. And it's sitting on this cinder block and 2x4, pressure treated 2x4 shelving that's mounted. As you can see, it's mounted into the wall so it doesn't fall off. All right, so this is my little game corner. The barbecue area is a few steps from the house, so we just go right up these steps up to my deck, and here's the house. Now, if I need to cook something really fast, I have this Weber grill that I just picked up this past year, and this is super convenient. This is the Weber Genesis. I've never had a nice grill like this, and I have to say it's pretty nice. I don't always grill on charcoal or wood, or I'm not smoking all the time, so I find myself using this grill a lot lately. Super convenient. I could also put a smoke box on the grate so I can get some smoky flavor. Of course, it's not charcoal, so you lose a little bit there, but what you gain in convenience makes up for maybe a little lack of flavor. Of course, if I needed to make something really good, like some grilled ribeyes or Santa Maria tri-tip or smoked fish, I'll go to my barbecue area. So there you have it. This is my barbecue area. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let us know in the comments what you're doing in your barbecue area that viewers might benefit from. Please consider liking and sharing this video with people you know. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We would really appreciate your support. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Cheers.